You already know what time it is. What's up, guys? Just a few things before we get into today's video. Number one, I know I missed the podcast on Friday. I was out of town. Content was lacking a little bit last week on social media, but we're back. We're not going anywhere. Number two, you're going to notice that the format in this video is different. I'm not in the studio. I'm working with my boy Jansen Harris, super deep in the broadcasting game, and Raphael Sharper, aka Famous Facts Feeds. You'll be able to see it all in the video from Petty Sports, trying to work together, make a whole nother click out of the Atlanta area, just bringing another show, more content to you guys. Check the link in the bio for King's Broadcasting Studio. That's where we're bringing you the show out of. You'll be able to check out Jansen and Fees' information. Number three, we're looking to bring you more YouTube content every week. I really want to post every day for you guys, even if it's only a little 7 to 10 minute video of the podcast that just came out, just so you can always have some what off-season content, some Petty Sports content in front of you guys. Just wanted to give you a few updates, and without further ado, here goes that clip.
MVP for the first half of the NBA season.
I got to go with Jokic, man. Jokic is balling out right now, first in PER. I mean, 27, 11, and 9. Let's just say he's a triple-double walking on the court right now. I mean, every time he steps on the court, you know he's going to get that. I know about the 20 and 15 record with, with the Nuggets right now, but and them being 7th in the West, but he's the best passing big man in the NBA right now. Extremely versatile center. I mean, the fact that he is literally a walking triple-double with the size that he is, I think that's extremely invaluable in the terms of what he's going to be able to bring for Denver. You look at the run last year, yeah, they got crushed by the Lakers in 5, but it was LeBron James and that whole Lakers squad. Like, let's not sit here and hold it like the Denver Nuggets could not have squared off against anybody and maybe won the finals last year with the way Jamal Murray and Jokic were playing. Jokic is coming back this year. He's a monster. We know about Luka, obviously LeBron James. There's Giannis in there, Joel Embiid. I'd probably say Embiid would be second, but just someone said it earlier today, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but I can see where they're going. It kind of reminds you of an early on Dirk or Tim Duncan, but a little bit of a better facilitator. I mean, 27, 11, and 9 as a big man. That's numbers, bro. Jokic is my MVP right now.
It's so hard, man, because even your spill, I want to say Jokic.
I haven't seen a big man dominate to this extent with numbers in a while. Yes, there's been big men, but 27, he's a walking triple-double, bro. As a big man, he can pass up. Passing the ball as a big man is extremely invaluable in today's game.
And the thing about Jokic,
it's a shooter's league.
This is impressive.
Yeah, and the thing about Jokic that's just so impressive is a lot of time he looks heavy set. He looks like he's been doing a lot of eating.
He looks out of shape.
But when you see the way he passes, I just never seen a big man pass like that.
Exactly.
It's the passing that gets it for me. And Jokic, I just feel like as he's not as popular as these other guys, so I don't think he gets the nod. So that's why I have James Harden at number 1 right now, and LeBron at number 2, and then Jokic at number 3. LeBron might be, in many people's eyes, and these media people who vote on this, number 1, even though that's not what he is.
That's his brand working for him.
But James Harden leading the league in assists. He looks like he got that weight down. We've been talking about weight a lot today. You feel me? You would think maybe I'll get my weight down the way we've been talking about seriously. But back to James Harden.
When it gets hot, you're going to take that hoodie off.
I'm going to have to, and it's going to get ugly in here. But back to James Harden. James Harden, who doesn't have a weight problem right now, he's facilitating the ball. He's scoring when he needs to. He's getting his teammates involved. People are believing in this. And that's the thing. It's the belief. It's not even the numbers. When I look at this Nets team, they have the popularity, they have the pull. People care about the Nets. The NBA caters to certain teams, and that's what we're seeing with Brooklyn. And I think the MVP has a lot of weight in that. I don't think it's necessarily the best player. Jokic probably is the best player this year.
So
Joel Embiid probably is the best player this year.
Come on,
Let me get to the point. I'm getting to the point with it. Let me finish the spill. James Harden is my MVP.
No time. Who you going with?
James Harden is my MVP. Leads the league in assists. They're winning games right now with AD out, and we don't know what's happening with LA. They are the team that is favored right now to win the finals, so I give it to James Harden.
I should have cut you off a long time ago.
You should have, but somebody wants to hear it.
You came in here and stole my take. I got James Harden with no problem. James Harden swapped teams early on in the season. He's killing. He's leading Houston. He don't play there anymore. He's leading Houston in points per game, assists per game, and is third on Houston's team in rebounds per game. Not to mention, He's third in points per game on his all-star studded roster over here with the Nets. First in assists, second in rebounds, and that's in Brooklyn. But he's 14th in the league in points per game, which he's clearly taken a back seat to go ahead and actually facilitate, which is a testament to how good he actually is for him to have led the league in scoring for the past 3 seasons and now be like, I'm going to just drop dimes. I can still score when you need me because he still has 40-point games, 50-point games this season, but he doesn't have to do that. Since he's been to Brooklyn, they're 9-4 without Kevin Durant. 3-2 without Kyrie. That's all James Harden. This team is good regardless of which star is out so long as Harden is playing. Harden and KD, Harden and Kyrie, that's a recipe for a win. When all 3 of them are there, can't touch them. They unstoppable when all 3 are there, but the common denominator is James Harden.
Yep.
James Harden is 11th in the league in efficiency rating, and he's climbing. The dude is shooting 49% from the field in his time since he's been to Brooklyn. All of his numbers went up when he left from Houston. He's averaging slightly more points per game, a whole nother rebound per game, more assists, field goal percentage went up, and his PER went up. He walked in there. This team is second place in the Eastern Conference. They're climbing. They're destroying Houston right now. The Brooklyn Nets are the favorite to win the NBA championship, and that is because they brought in James Harden. When it was just KD and Kyrie, we're like these 2 guys are both injury prone. We don't know how long KD is going to be able to play, which you've clearly seen KD is not going to be able to run a whole season, but he doesn't need to. Since you brought James Harden in, he can sit out.
Yeah.
He don't have to play right now. He can sit just like
Absolutely.
AD needs to sit until the playoff starts. KD can sit until the playoff starts.
I love that. I love how they're doing it. I love how they're doing it.
You said it last week. Playing 2, resting 1. Playing 2, resting 1. So when the playoffs come, 3-3-3-3-3. Every game, every series.
Steve Nash might be my dang coach of the year. The way they finessing that.
James Harden is the formula. He is absolutely the most valuable player in the National Basketball Association right now.
I still will not understand why Steve Nash was absolutely just decimated by the media for getting hired. I'll never understand that.
Because he has no experience, and there were a lot more deserving people to get that job.
But people were really taken away from him. People were so taken away from him when he got hired. I was like, this is the Steve Nash we're talking about, man. Like the hair, the passing, the courage, the leadership, everything. And now he's a coach.
It's not that we can't see him being a coach. It's the fact that he got a team like the Brooklyn Nets. He got a ready-made championship
team. So it might be a pass for him. Can he really coach type of thing?
But not even can he coach. He walked into a situation that would lend him being successful right off top.
Yeah.
And we know there are plenty of black head coaches that get terrible jobs, a.k.a. Lloyd Pierce, comes in and gets a squad that was bad when he got it, and it didn't get any better, and now you have a terrible record, and we can easily justify firing you.
Yep.
That's what the knock was on Steve Nash. Not that he didn't deserve to get a coaching job. He didn't deserve to get a ready-made championship team dropped in his lap.
Yep.
But as much as I would love to go in on that, because you almost just struck a nerve, I could give you about another 15 minutes on why Steve Nash shouldn't have gotten that job.